everyone, so in this video I'll be doing one of two things. I'll be either prepping the van for paint or getting blown off the top of it. So in the last video you saw me going over Helsing with the jet wash before I started tackling a few dents with that PDR kit, but I didn't sort the roof out. So in this video, before I start anything else, I'm going to bust out the old jet wash again and give this a good blast and hopefully remove a bit of the loose paint in the process. So there's just a few odds and sods that I need to sort out before we can think about cracking open the pot of paint. They're just piddly little jobs that have sort of come to my attention while I've been prepping the van, and because of the weather I just haven't had a chance to do them yet. The one notable thing, since I've removed the trim, obviously I need to remove the clips as well, but the one thing that's jumped out at me is there's a little rust bubble down there. So of course it's silly little things like that that'll need rubbing back to clean metal, so once it's painted it won't reappear. So another little thing that I need to sort out is what I believe to be my final sand of the body filler revealed a few little pinholes, a few little imperfections in the filler, so I'll give it a light skim over and I'm going to give it one final rub down, and as far as I'm concerned, what will be will be. I know it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but in all honesty it's a damn sight better than what it was. So it only dawned on me when I started using the body filler that if you look down there, that's where the panel goes in the most. And if I'd concentrated my efforts trying to pull it out from there, I know it would have been difficult, or I would have had to remove the door again, but if I'd concentrated my efforts on pulling it out from there, I might have had a bit more joy in getting the original shape back. But like I say, the door's on, I've started filling it, I'm not going to revisit that. So I didn't think the old door was actually that bad. There was a few dents in it, granted, but I didn't think it was that out of shape. But it's only come to my attention since I replaced it with this new door just how bad it actually was. Now you can see down there, I mean that shows you right down there, so you can see the gap between the door and the panel behind it. I've tried pulling it out as best I can, and I think this is as good as it gets for me. So another issue that I need to take care of is the bodywork behind the side loading rail. I've removed it once already and gave it a tickle with a bit of sandpaper, but I need to go over it again because it's not quite perfect yet. And the last thing I want to do is, once it's painted, in a year's time, I don't want rust bubbles coming through, so I'm going to take care of that and sort it out properly. So if you've got a similar sort of van to this and your rail's got rust behind it, it's really straightforward to remove it. Let me show you. So all we need to remove is one Torx screw there. It's a T25. To get at that, just pull your door slightly forward and you can get a screwdriver in there. And then the only other thing from the inside of the van is you've got what, six bolts coming through from the rail itself, held on with 10mm nuts. And you can see they're the one that's causing me all the problems. So that right there, guys, that's what we're dealing with. And you can see I've given it a good rub down already, and I've removed most of it. A lot of what you can see there, it's superficial. It looks worse than it actually is. Probably hasn't helped that I've gave it a rub down, put the rail back on, and between then and where we are now, we've had like 2 weeks worth of rain. So I'm going to tidy that up with my new tool, my wide brush drill bit. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier for me, and we'll get some paint on it, and then it'll be sealed then. And finally, I just need to go over where the paint's removed from the primer. I need to feather it in a bit better than what it currently is. There's a few places where it's a bit rough around the edges. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm chasing my tail somewhat with this, because you'll feather it in, leave it overnight, you'll come back to it the next morning, and then where you feathered it in, the paint around there's pulled away. It just feels like a never-ending cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one final going over, and then as far as I'm concerned, what will be will be. So it might have taken longer than expected, but we finally have Helsing prepped and ready. Pop back and see us next week when we'll be presenting Helsing's brand new look. If you enjoyed this video, then please give us a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more and you haven't done so already, then please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that notification bell down below so you know exactly when we put up a new video. And until next time, guys, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.